Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel today and to the iRacing AI JKR Formula 3. I don't know what to call this series. Today, if you are not caught up with the previous episodes of this, is the season finale. That's right, the very last one already. It seems like this Formula 3 season has just flown by. But today we're at the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit, the full version, all the way down to the Dunlop hairpin with the Schumacher S, the stadium section, the Mercedes Arena, whatever it's called, all that stuff. So yeah, this is going to be quite the event with the tricky chicane, the tight chicane, not the fast-flowing endurance one at the end of the lap. I am going to run a practice lap here. It's going to be a little bit longer video because obviously I'm going to have the recap at the end like I usually do of this series. And I'm looking forward. And I've never run this track in the car or anything like this. I've run some endurance cars around here, like GT cars, prototypes, but never an open wheel car. And I don't really know even where to guess for some of these brake zones. So we are going to run a practice lap or two before we get rolling. Same deal as usual though. 1 lap qualifying, 20-minute race. It's going to be the length here today. Standings that you need to look for. We have a 7-point lead over Ian Sodal and 8 points over Michael Hinkle. So those are the two cars we're going to have circled on our results here today. What else am I missing? If I have any microphone issues here throughout the race, practice, qualifying race, etc., this video, I apologize. Those of you who know me, not something I can really easily fix or anything. So unfortunately, we're just going to kind of have to deal with it. So hope it's not too big of an issue. Other things I'm missing. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure you drop a like and a subscription down below so you don't miss any of the action moving forward in this series. Obviously, this series is ending, but what's coming up next and probably, oh geez, Justin, cold tires not good. Don't miss in any other series or anything else I may post on this channel, so make sure you drop a subscription if you're interested in that. Like I said, this will be a little bit longer. I'm going to kind of go through this practice for a little bit, and then we'll have a nice recap of this season and look on to what's coming up next. So be on the lookout for that at the tail end of this video. Oh gosh, cold tires are going to be brutal here. I know we only got to finish 7th, but good grief. Not my strong suit, obviously. We've talked about this car before many times, and not my best track. I have quite a few number of laps here, but unfortunately a good amount of those were on Forza. So we're going to kind of roll with this. I have no idea if we can take the Schumacher S flat. We're just going to go with it. Probably could. Cold tires are not good, but you probably could go flat through there, so keep that in mind. Very pedestrian here. We're not going to win the pole or anything, I don't think, unless I find some crazy pace. Not going to do anything super impressive or special today. Just trying to survive and get that top 7 finish and secure this championship. So 2 clutch wins the last 2 races if you haven't watched them. Watkins Glen, and I don't remember where else we were, but great races. Be sure to go watch those. That's better than I remember it being. That's fine. But speaking of that, if you enjoy this type of thing, you have any interest and want to catch up on the rest of these races, make sure you go back and watch this Formula 3 series in its entirety, as well as the Formula V, Spec Racer Ford, and Mazda Cup series that came before this. And then obviously, like I said, be on the lookout for what comes out next. So should be a lot of fun, good racing. No idea what I'm doing, literally. We're going to be slow, going to be off the pace, but it's all about survival and making something out of nothing here because we got no knowledge, no background, no idea what I'm doing. So got high centered on that curb just a little bit. Not a problem, it's fine. Alright. Trying to make a lap here to get some kind of hint of where we need to be. Not going to be fast, like I said. I don't anticipate winning the pole here like I have a couple of times out of nowhere this season. But Spa was the other one. Spa was the other one that we won that. I was a little bit surprised by, but we got a great start there and got out of the tow range early, so that was good. We're going to try going flat up through here again. Oh yeah, much better with warm tires, so we'll keep that in mind for both our Q lap and then subsequent laps of the race. A little bit of a lockup by Mr. Broadbent up ahead. little bit of traffic as well. I was going to say that we're catching Ian even, but I think there might be a factor in that. We'll go by Jimmer here on the driver's right, down into the little kink. Just going to brake it whenever here for the chicane. Brake it 200 or whatever this is. Just about get the car hopped in there nicely. A little bit of curve on the exit with the right rear wheel. That unsettled it, but it's fine. A little bit of toe down the front stretch, but nothing too significant. Sub 2 minutes there, so that's good. So it's probably an 11 lap race, it looks like, regardless of some pace. We'll call that good. We'll move on and we'll jump straight into our thing. I feel like I'm missing something else. I always do these at weird times, and I always missing something obvious thing, like, you know, I got all that today, so it'll be good. We'll roll with it and it'll be fine. So now the worry in the world, obviously, tire heat here is going to be very important on this outlap, so make sure we get these puppies heated up as well as we can. Don't need to go super fast on our outlap here. We got plenty of time. Just got to make sure we get some tire heat. Help make that Q lap a little bit more manageable, and maybe I'll surprise myself with some pace, but I don't expect us to win the pole by a second and a half or anything like we did at Spa. So this is actually a fairly long track. It doesn't seem like it when you look at it next to Nordschleife, but 2 minutes in this car, we're approaching Spa levels of length, right? Lap time wise, at least. Obviously, a much slower track. But it is interesting how this track next to Nordschleife looks. You know, it's just a little GP circuit, but in reality, it's actually a pretty hefty race course. So it is enjoyable, though I do like it. It's one of those tracks where it's, you know, it's fun to drive, not always fun to watch. There have been a couple of good Formula One Grand Prix here recently, back in the early, late 2000s, and then again last year with the pandemic and stuff. Obviously, the Mercedes cars last year cleaned house, but this year, did they go back this year? I don't even remember, but it was a little bit different. The scheduling and with the Red Bull pace and yada yada yada. Okay, I digress. So we are going to be flat up through here on the second lap of Schumacher S, so good to keep that in mind. We'll get these tires nice and heated up a little bit. Probably should be going a little bit faster. I'm not really moving. So, good. I'll just pick a brake marker here. Again, our pace isn't really that relevant or important. It's more of staying out of trouble and just having a solid finish. And if we can run top 5 and have a little security margin, then that's good. Especially if he doesn't win. If he doesn't win, obviously we only need to finish 8th. So that'll be the ideal goal. Alright, so we're going to use whatever it is, 100 meters for the brake marker there, it looks like. It looks like they're go by 50s, not 100s, so. Yeah, a lot of right curve there. We got to avoid that in the race. We will spin out, I know me. A little bit of a late turn in here, get a little bit of a run towards the start and finish line. And here comes our flying lap. Still have no idea where to brake for turn 1, so we're just going to wing it. I know I did that practice lap, but it felt like I was in there really chickeny, so. That'll do. Good enough. Avoid this exit curb as much as possible there. Don't get high centered on that. Slide out wide there a little bit. Had to come out of the throttle pretty much entirely to get the front end to get caught back up. That's all right. Just about get the front turned in there as we head down to the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Again, just going to kind of pick a brake marker. Alright. It's okay. Ooh, big slide there. That was not ideal. Alright, still okay. Solid lap, not great or anything, but good enough. A little bit of inside curb there, and again we gotta watch the right side exit curb from the chicane. That's going to be the main issue here, I fear, if we don't get this right. Very, very slow chicane. Caught just a little bit. It looks flatter than it is, it looks like, so. Trying to get the front end tight there. Failed a little bit, but okay lap. We're running practice 58.5 or something. Lap looks like it's going to be 57, about a second and some change, and we actually are on pole. So disregard everything I said. We got a second and a half back to our target at P7 right there. So obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. I keep thinking I'm going to be just out to lunch, terrible struggle, and then I pull a lap out of nowhere. So I promise I'm not genuinely this good, especially on the official races for this car. So stream hopefully is working well. Check that real quick. Make sure everything looks up to date. It does look like it's working properly. So we're ready to go. 20-minute race, and hopefully we can come out of this puppy with the championship. So again, not a long pace lap here. Not going to get a whole lot of time to warm these tires up. So we'll do our best here. Again, we're going to kind of basically come out of the chicane and be ready to go. So just don't have a lot of time to warm these things up. John Henry has been a challenger. Obviously, the two guys next to me and right behind me are championship rivals. So that's going to be the biggest cars to watch, to worry about, I guess. Keep going slow here, no rush down to the final corner. Field all nice and tightly packed, and we should be able to launch whenever we want here. There we go, nice easy start. Get rolling well, make sure we don't give a big toe to Ian down the front stretch. And we're underway here, so to start this puppy off, we're just going to brake at our normal brake zone. Big dive there from Ian up the inside of turn 1. We'll have to give him space. Get the run on the exit, actually good run. I didn't anticipate getting that good of a drive off, but I guess it's a very tight corner. Ian ran a little bit wide there through the next corner, so locked the rear wheels just a little bit. Big slide. We saw the same thing that happened in my practice lap, still sliding. Get those things heated up, so we got to get heating these tires to stick a little better. Almost threw it away there, but we managed to hang on. So again, probably going to be 11 laps here, so plenty of time. Again, wow, the turn in this rear end just is going nowhere, so definitely got to get going, get some heat. Got about a second gap, so we can afford to take a little bit and get these puppies heated up correctly. Not going to try to go flat through here. We've got the track position. We're going to be a little bit cautious this first lap, make sure we got everything up to temp. Nice easy turn in, big slide there through the center. Definitely almost lost it there. A little bit out of control. Still nice and smooth. It really feels like the acceleration isn't too bad. It's under braking when I try to push turn-ins that the rear end slides, so keep getting them warmed up here since we're still expanding the lead. Obviously, we've seen throughout this season that the first lap or two has been our strength on cold tires actually compared to the field, which surprises me, but it's all right. We'll take a late turn in here to make sure we miss all that exit curb, come off a little bit straighter. We gave up a little bit of time, but no drama. And it's one lap down already, so good start. Grant's come from 6th to 4th already. He's gotten by John Henry and Dean. So we start lap 2 of 11 here. Looks like it's going to be, so down towards turn 1 again. Had a big dive from Ian last time. And curb there, decent acceleration. Run out wide to open up the entry. Again, pretty long corner. Doesn't look that long, but it is very long. It feels long. Again, they're locking the rear tires, so maybe it's just there's a surface change there. Downhill braking, so we'll just have to be mindful of that. I didn't think it was that big of an issue after the first lap, but obviously I almost did again, so. Get reset here, again, just pushing a little bit wide. Older tires a little bit overdriven. Still plenty of gap, almost 2 seconds, not quite. See if they come on stronger here as we get a couple laps on, so it's important to maximize this time right now. Our target position back in the field is about 6 seconds back already, so it's good to see. Just a little slide there, a little bit of a blend of the throttle, make sure it's stuck. Felt okay. Up now to tail end of the lap here. Long back straightaway. Nice to be racing here over in Europe. We spent so many races in the United States, and then obviously went over to Spa in Belgium. And now we're here in Germany, so famous Nurburgring. Got a good gap here, 2 seconds from third to fourth, so use that if we need to later in the race. Kind of nice early or late apex turn in there. Probably could use fourth gear there. We're not quite using all the revs, but I'm just kind of taking it a little easy. Didn't really make any time that lap. Kept the gap right about the same, but still decent lap, decent performance. About 6/10 off what we ran in Q. Not really pushing that hard, so that's good to see. Just about get the car turned in there. Tricky turn, especially falling away, how much the corner drops off there. Used fourth gear there, try to help with the downshift to keep the rear wheel lock out of it. It seems to work, but not sure it was necessary. Guess we'll try third gear next lap if it makes a difference. Again, pushed out wide just a little bit. Managed to keep going, keep everything under control. We do have a nice gap over fourth. Predictably, Ian and Michael starting to close us down just a little bit. Something to keep an eye on there. Obviously, two of the faster cars on the circuit, especially on the long runs here, so we're going to have to keep that in mind, and we don't want to fight too much. Obviously, a lot more can go wrong for us than can go right in this type of situation, so not fighting them directly today. Alright, still an okay gap. Nothing to worry about, no drama thus far. Still decent. Solid laps together, we'll see how the car feels this next time around. Still doing okay. 6/10 back though, so they're definitely on the way gaining. So while we get the chance before they catch me here in about the next lap or so, I'll shut up and let you take a lap around Nurburgring in the Formula 3 car. So of course I said, you know, we'll do it before they catch me. Then they caught me in turn 1 immediately and followed me all the way around the track. But we pulled out a personal best right there, down 56.6. So tires coming up nicely, no mistakes made. Big dive for me. Just give him plenty of space. He's actually going to clear us here. We're going to go to fight with Michael. Again, we got a lot more to lose here today. I feel like I kind of gave that one up easily, but rather not getting an instant over this. I'll let them go, and hopefully we can kind of keep touch with them and stay in the tow. I know it feels like I just gave up essentially on that one, but we got a lot more to lose here than fighting for a victory in this race. So they want to go up and set the pace. I'm more than happy to chill out back here and take our top 5 finish, hopefully. So I'm only done with 4 laps out of the 11 here today, so we do have a long way to go. So we'll have to just drive a little bit harder, I guess. I was kind of soft into those first couple corners, but just don't want to get a contact. You never know what can happen at weird times. So, of course, now for the first time, we're gonna have to deal with a little bit of aero wash, the extra corner speed entry from the toe. So we're gonna have to just be mindful of that when we're going around here. But of course, if they drive off and leave us like they're doing thus far, it won't be a problem. So. Just trying to find more lap time. I just feel slow, and I think that we just are. I think I just don't really have the grip around here, don't really have what it takes to really chuck it in there. I've talked about it many times with the car in general, but this track just seems like it's kicking my butt. I mean, we lost a second and a half there running a PB by 0.2, so. Yeah, just don't have it, so. They're going to both drive away, and we got to kind of turn our attention now as soon as we get out of draft range. The car's behind us, so it's going to be the focus here is trying to maintain this 3rd spot, obviously, and certainly a top 7 spot to lock up this championship. So still got about 5 seconds back to TJ, so doing okay. Again, just don't have pace compared to these guys once the tires heat up. Seen that repeatedly throughout the season, but none more important than today. We got the lead, we did all the things right, and we still couldn't hold on for hardly 5 laps even, so. Like I said, 11 lap race, so at the completion of this lap, we'll have 5 laps to go, 6 down. Trying my best just to get a sniff off of these guys here. Driving in a lot harder now that we've got a little bit of clean air and hopefully still getting a little sniff of the draft. Just trying everything I can to make lap time, stay in front of these guys behind, because the more we have to fight and lose positions, the more we're going to lose time overall, and we don't want to do that. So a little bit deep in there, got stopped, got turned. Again, a little bit of rear wheel curb bounce, but that's okay. Just about getting the nose turned in there. Easy does it. 54.9, so I found like a second and a half. That's incredible. That's more where we need to be. I just still losing time even with that. Lost 10 seconds. They are done in the low to mid 40 or 54s, excuse me. So like 3 seconds faster than they ran in Q already. Unbelievable. But I just don't really have that, at least not lap after lap, without making the mistakes. So can't match him today, unfortunately. Just gonna try to hang on here. We only got 4.5 laps or so to go, and eyes on the bigger prize. So second gear there to help get the thing stopped and turned. Overblew it just a little bit. Front tire's starting to go off, just slightly. Back, still got 4 seconds back to TJ for our crucial position there. Ian looks like he does have. They need to be 7th for a tie, which we would get based on wins. So. A little bit soft into there that time. It's okay, no problem. Good lap. I'm happy with that sub 55, though I didn't think we'd get there based on my Q lap pace, but obviously tires have come up to pressure nicely and feeling a little bit more confident, a little more brave. So just gotta be careful of crossing over that line. That's the key. Four laps to go. 8, 9, 10, and 11. Another almost identical lap, or 4,000 slower. So we found a little bit of pace, still losing time to the cars behind us, unbelievably. The pace I found, at least not dropping clumps, other than to the front two, which we've already lost anyway, so no point in crying over that. We've already lost that time to them. Just about keep the rear end from locking there on turn in. A little bit, but no problem. Not a very good corner there by me. Lost about 3/10, but that's okay. Oh, big slide. Whoops. It's all good. 1.5 seconds. Just keeping an eye on that relative, making sure that even if we are caught, that we don't leave too much time trying to fight for these spots. If they're gonna go, they gotta go, and we gotta just kind of fight the next one that comes along. So just gotta keep that in mind as we get down to the nitty-gritty here. 3 laps to go coming up. Definitely at a pace disadvantage. We definitely don't have a lot of fight left here today. Not a lot of pace I can find other than the lap I've just been running. So I don't have a mistake or anything. There's not excess. Kind of hear it in my voice. I know sometimes, like at Road Atlanta, I start getting up my voice a little bit and almost shouting when I get, worked up and in the zone a little bit. But trying not to shout in everybody's ears. A little late. It's fine. Just slow down our chicane just a little bit. It's fine. Best thing that can happen to us here is actually that Michael goes up and passes Ian. That means that somehow give us a tie for the champion. 3-way tie. So that would be an interesting development if we get an extra spot there, but I'm not counting on it. So 3 laps to go. Still doing okay. Get turn 1 there. Get things straightened up on the exit. Open up for turn 2 here. Short shift to make sure we don't slide the rear tires in on acceleration. We shouldn't never be too careful. Little barrier there through the exit of the Mercedes complex, arena, whatever it's called. Still doing okay. Kind of maintaining about a second back. It's okay, that's all we need. Definitely lost track of the top 4. They're way up the road now, 4 and 5 seconds. So if we had a little more pace, I don't think we could hold off that kind of pace today. So unfortunate. I felt like we started pretty well, but that's racing sometimes. So take what we got and just keep running solid laps when we can. Two laps to go when we come back here, getting down to it. They haven't caught us very much at all. Lap. We can have a nice chicane. It should be a decent lap. Again, a little late turn in there. The tires just starting to go off. Couple tenths down. Gotta turn in a little bit sooner there. Again, pushing out wide in the final corner. Should still be an okay lap though. 480 SPB so far. Felt like the first chunk was really good. Last couple of corners, not so much, but that's okay. Just about get the car turned in turn 1. Big gain that time for Grant behind us. Almost half a second in turn 1 there on the brake zone. Try to get the thing stopped without locking the rear wheels there. Slide. Feels okay. Grant definitely getting a little bit of a toe now on us, just a little bit. Currently, there's no 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix last lap drama. Currently is the key, so gotta just pray for another lap and a half of clean racing. We got the gap, we got the position, we got the margin back that we need. Grant catches us, might just let him go. We don't want to get dive bomb. Less than 3 seconds back to TJ for 7th place. I know technically I need to worry about 8th, but I'd like to not have to win on a tiebreaker there. So 4 seconds back to Jason, that's a good margin. Alright, got stuck on that curb just a little bit, cost us a little bit. 7th, that's definitely going to get a nice toe here down the straightaway. Low rear arrow is going to help us a little bit. Nice and smooth in there. This time we gave up a little bit of time on the entry. Down to half a second, back out the rear view. Final lap of the season here. Nurburgring GP. Kid from Wisconsin came overseas to Germany, and he's trying to win the Formula 3 World Championship. 1 lap to go to do it. Second back, I expect a big dive here at turn 1. Pathfinder the Miri does dive, but not enough to get to us, only about 3/10 or so back. And here, just gotta make sure we get in here nice and smooth. No drama, don't lock the rear wheels. Nice and easy. See 7th place in the Miri, 4 cars back, that's the majors. Good exit right there for Grant. We're gonna have to go a little defensive down the straightaway, cut this short. Can't get it for this corner, fast-paced corner. Back up a little bit for this corner, make sure we can hug the inside. And be ready for a big dive down here from Grant Reeves, so not gonna go defensive, that's a good way to mess myself up. No dive from Grant there, we run a little bit wide actually. Still an okay exit. Less than 2 seconds back to TJ. Can't make a mistake now. Another big toe up the hill for Grant. Is he going to take a look down here into these final couple of corners? No look yet. Should be okay. This corner, pretty fast corner. I'm notching just a little bit. He's got a big run coming. We're going to stay drivers left and defend. It's not there yet, so we'll come across here. He's going to take a big look up the inside. He's going to back out of it. That could have been disaster. Through the chicane. Nice. That's job done. 1 final corner. 4th gear. 2 downshifts. Turn in. Keep it on the curb. Can't get there. I stacked the train behind us, but we are going to finish 3rd today. 6 podiums in 6 races, and we have won the championship in the Formula 3. I don't know what to call this series. Wow. Whew. It was just that close. We were cars in 8th place. Jason Barfoot, that close. Definitely pushed it to the ultimate limit. We did not have any more to give. But we did it. We did it by, I believe, 4 points is going to be the margin. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't my best race for sure. But we did it. We made it. And oof. We got through it. We did it, and this was the series. It's not knowing exactly what we had, but able to do it. So proud of the team. Car was good. Setup was good. Old setup. Old that a couple times. Now, proud of myself for stepping in, not just admitting that this was going to be a tricky car for me, and trying my best. We made some mistakes. We didn't have great races every time, but we got it done good enough. We did the job, so. Parade lap here. Make sure we wave to everybody coming back to the road. Oh, gosh. A little car that could. Man, Feels great to win a championship in a car like this. Stiff competition from a couple of drivers. They've had some rough races throughout, but Watkins Glen was really the undoing for Michael, and I don't really remember what happened to Ian, but just a great handful of last races, really clutch wins at Watkins Glen and at Spa especially. Just kind of boring races, but definitely races that we needed. Come up here towards the final chicane for the final time. Come to pit road. Not going to do a burnout. This car doesn't do very good burnouts. Nice and smooth here in this tricky pit road entry. We'll just floor it in there. 37 miles an hour. Throw the limiter on because I don't feel like trying. We won the pole, so we can go all the way down to box number 1. Man, that feels good. I actually hit the limiter button there. It's fine. Box number 1 has our name on it. Points position number 1 has our name on it. So happy. So incredibly happy. It's the 3rd place today, so I'm 8.5 seconds off the front runners. Excuse me, I get tired. Just a great day overall. Close between the top 2 or 3 tenths actually. Wow, we did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. That's all I can say. We made it happen. If I could click on the right icon here. There we go. So close. Finished second. Yeah, okay, so. Took a chance on me. It's great, so. 3 wins out of 6 races, 6 podiums. Win the championship by 5 points, actually, is the margin. I must have miscounted somewhere. We lost 2, obviously. Michael was 7 back, and then 24, 36, 40 plus. So we had a race back to John Henry in 6th after his disaster at Road Atlanta. Whew, we did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. So it feels great. Ran well. We led the majority of the laps of the season. Average finished 2nd place, and that's great. That's great to celebrate. Great to be a part of a great team, and it's awesome. But now, the news we've all been waiting for. We have been approached by BMW Motorsports to run in their GT4 category. I can't believe it. The American Road Racing GT4 Pilot Challenge, whatever it's called, championship. We are going to be replacing the retiring Bill Auberlen in the BMW GT4 M4. So that schedule is looking like it's going to be Daytona, Mid-Ohio, Road Atlanta, Sebring, Summit Point, Watkins Glen, and Laguna Seca's season finale. 7 events. We are actually having 25-minute races moving forward. So 25-minute races, still 1 qualifying lap. Everything else should be just about the same. But next season we will be jumping up to the GT4 cars, so back in full-bodied cars I'm hopefully a little more familiar with. Not familiar entirely with the GT4 platform, but hopefully still good races nonetheless. And rumor has it that I'm going to be invited to a couple special events throughout this season, so we'll see how those turn out. Special events there, that is. So we'll see how that works out, and yeah, that's that. So. Ooh, tired. Okay, so next time we will be going GT4 racing at Daytona. So if that's something that sounds fun, be sure to stop back and check that out. Should be a great time, great show, and hopefully it's a blast and a great series to be a part of. So thank you so much for all the support. We did it. We made it through the not GT3, F3 season. And now we're moving on up. So thanks to all the supporters, the sponsors, all you viewers that stopped by. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe down below so you don't miss any of the action coming up. And as always, until next time, bye.